Good morning.
I am Dibyendu Mondol.
Today I am discussing about superheater. 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 Okay. Superheater, actually the superheater is a heat exchanger in which heat is transferred to the saturated steam to increase the temperature. Okay. Heat is transferred to the saturated steam okay, heat is transferred to the saturated steam to increase its temperature. Okay, heat is transferred to the saturated steam to increase the temperature. It raises the overall cycle efficiency. In addition, it reduces the moisture content. Okay, it reduces the moisture content in the last stages of the turbine and thus increases the turbine internal efficiency. In modern utility, high pressure boilers, more than 40% of the total heat absorbed in the generation of steam takes place in the superheaters. So large surface area is required to be provided for superheating of steam. Superheater classifications of superheater. Classification. Classifications commonly classified: convective superheater, okay. Second one is the first one convective superheaters, another one is the radiant superheater or combined superheater. Radiant superheater or combined superheater. Okay. So one is the convective superheater, another one is the radiant superheater or combined superheater. Depending on how heat is transferred from the gases to steam, convective superheaters are located in the convective zone of the furnace. Okay, convective superheaters located convective zone of the furnace. Convective zone of the furnace, usually ahead of the economizer. Earlier designs screened the convective superheater from the furnace radiation by the bank of water-filled tubes, which not only protected them from combustion flames and high temperature, but also intercepted the slag particles and reduced slagging problem. The convective superheaters are often termed as primary superheaters, where saturated steam from the drum is admitted. Okay. If you draw the heat absorption in superheater, diagram of heat absorption in the superheater. If you draw, this one is the temperature, this one is the S. Okay. Draw the line. Okay. Draw another one vertical line. Another one. And another one. Draw the line. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And hatching. Different hatching. Okay. Okay. This one is the QPSH. Another one is the QRSH. Another one is the QCSH. Okay. So this is the heat absorption in the superheater. Three kinds of superheater. Superheater. Okay. Heat absorption in the three kind of superheater. Here, heat absorption, energy balance. First one, after convective superheater CSH, the steam proceeds to the radiant superheater. Okay, RSH. QCSH, then RSH, which is placed in the radiant zone of the furnace near the water wall to absorb heat by radiation. Steam leaving the radiant superheater goes to the D superheater, where highly pure water is directly sprayed onto steam in such a quantity that the temperature of the steam after the last stage of superheating in the pendant superheater, PSH. Okay, this is the pendant superheater. The energy balance of the convective superheater QCH, CSH. Actually, if you draw the diagram, another one, convective superheater coil. If you draw the convective superheater coil, convective superheater coil. Okay, first one, this is the TG1, TG2, WG, WG, to omega S, WS to RSH. Another one here, WS from drum. This is the 1, this is the 2. Okay, from drum and from this one is the 2. The energy balance of the convective superheater gives QCSH equal WGCPG multiplied by Tg1 minus Tg2. Okay, or you may write down U0 A0, U0 A0 delta T log mean delta T log mean. Okay, that is the energy balance of the convective superheater gives QCSH equal to this, where 1 by U0 equal 1 by HI plus XW by KW, XW by KW plus 1 by H0, 1 by H0. Okay, where A0 is equal to pi D0 into L. A0 equal to pi D0 into L. L is equal to length of one coil. Okay, L is equal to length of one coil. L is equal to length of one coil. Okay, this one. So N is equal to number of coils. N is equal to number of coils. Okay, and Ws equal to N pi by 4 di square Vs by Vg. Vs by Vg. Okay, where Vs is the average velocity of the steam in the superheater. Okay, capital Vs equal to average velocity of steam in the superheater. Okay, average velocity of steam in the superheater. For immediate pressure boilers, the steam velocity may be about 22 meter per second. For high pressure boiler, it about 12 meter per second. And for very high pressure boiler, it is 10 meter per second. Okay, this one. Superheaters and reheaters made of tubes 50 to 75 millimeter outer diameter in utility boilers. The smaller diameter have lower pressure stresses and withstand them better. Okay, smaller diameter have low pressure stresses and withstand them better. Okay, withstand them better. The larger diameter have lower steam flow pressure drops and are easier to align. Okay, larger diameter have lower steam flow pressure drops are easier to align. The number of coils needed for flow is estimated from the above equation. Okay, So this one is the superheater. Another one is the reheater. What is the definition of reheater? Reheater. Reheaters. The design consideration for reheaters are similar to those for superheaters. Although the steam outlet temperature are about the same, overall temperature are lower, and the steam pressure are about 20 to 25% of those in the superheaters. If you draw the reheater, this one is the coil, okay, like this. First one is steam to IP turbine, steam to IP turbine, WS 4 TS2. Another one is the WG TG1, WG TG2. Okay, this one WS TST. This one is the 3. Okay.
Steam from high pressure turbine. Steam from high pressure turbine. Steam from high pressure turbine. Okay.
Now, although the steam outlet temperature are about the same, the overall temperature are lower. Steam pressure are about 20 to 25% of those in the superheater. The pressure stresses are therefore lower, and a lower grade steel alloy is tolerated. In addition, larger tube diameter with higher stresses. The rate of heat absorption in the reheater QRH equal WS H4 minus H3 equal to WG CPG TG1 minus TG2 equal to U0 A0 delta T1M. Okay, A0 is equal to N pi D0L. N pi D0L. N is equal to number of coils. Number of coils. L is equal to length of one coil. Length of one coil. 1 by U0 equal
1 by H1
plus XW by KW, XW by KW plus 1 by H0 1/80. WS is equal to n pi by 4 di square Vs by Vs. Okay, WS n pi by 4 di square Vs by Vs, where capital Vs is the steam velocity. Capital Vs is the steam velocity. Okay, and small Vs is the specific volume at the section inlet. Small Vs, specific volume at the section inlet. Okay, specific volume at the section inlet. Okay, then this is the reheater. The reheater is usually located above the primary or convective superheater. In the convective zone of utility boiler, it consists of a number of vertical coils of horizontal tubes connected between two headers similar to the economizer and CSH. Steam comes from high pressure turbine, and after being economizer and CSH, steam comes from high pressure turbine, and after being reheated it goes to the IP turbine for further expansion. In modern high pressure boilers, reheaters are normally in two sections. The primary section is called convective zone. Okay, primary section. Reheater, in modern high pressure boiler, reheaters are normally in two sections. One is the primary section, primary sections is placed in the convective zone of the back pass. Convective zone of the back pass. Convective zone of the back pass, and the secondary section is placed. Secondary section is placed just at the furnace exit. At the furnace exit. Okay, just at the furnace exit, hanging from top, known as pendant reheater. Okay, known as pendant reheater. Okay, and another one is the steam generator control. Steam generator control. Steam generator control. Steam generator control. The object of the steam generator control is to provide the steam flow required by the turbine. To provide the steam flow required by the turbine. Okay, to provide the steam flow required by the turbine at design pressure and temperature. At design pressure and temperature. Okay. The variables that are controlled are the fuel firing rate, airflow, gas flow distribution, feed water flow, and turbine valve setting. The key measurements that describe the plant performance are flow rates, fuel firing rate, feed water flow rate, and steam drum level. The control system must act on the measurement of these plant's parameters, so to maintain plant operations at the desired condition. Most modern control instruments employ closed loop control. Only a few basic control systems are related to feed water and drum level, steam pressure and steam temperature. Okay. The difference between the measurement and demand called the error signal. Okay, the difference between the measurement and demand. Measurement and demand. Okay, difference between measurement and demand called error signal. Error signal. Okay, difference between measurement and demand are called error signal. Okay, the control signal will be either directly or inversely proportional to the error signal depending on the control action required. Okay, thank you.